Texas is massive, bigger than some countries, with landscapes ranging from scorching deserts to dense pine forests. But here's the kicker. While the rest of the state is booming, East Texas remains practically empty. Why? What makes East Texas so different from the rest of the state, especially the booming west or center? East Texas is an area full of natural beauty. Picture this: towering pine trees stretching for miles, dense forests, rolling hills, and rivers that wind through the landscape. If you're unfamiliar with the region, it's located east of Interstate 45 and west of the Louisiana border, with the Sabine River marking its eastern edge. To the north, it borders Oklahoma, and to the south, it touches the Gulf of Mexico. East Texas is stunning, but only 1.9 million people live there. Why does this happen in a state where growth and development are booming in recent years? Before we explore why East Texas has so few people, let's rewind and see how history, not just geography, played a role in shaping Texas's population. Texas, as we know it today, has been claimed by 6 different nations: Spain, France, Mexico, the Republic of Texas, the Confederate States, and, of course, the United States. This diverse past has left its mark, not only on Texas's culture, but also on its development. The first European settlers arrived in 1519, when Spanish conquistadors began exploring the region. By the early 1700s, Spain had established San Antonio as an administrative center. But East Texas didn't see the same level of development. French explorers like René Robert Cavelier also claimed parts of East Texas, but ultimately, the region didn't thrive as a population hub. When Texas declared its independence from Mexico in 1836 and later joined the U.S. in 1845, settlement began to spread. But much of that growth occurred in central and western parts of the state, where new towns and agricultural ventures blossomed. East Texas remained largely untouched except for small farming communities. Even after the discovery of oil in 1901, which transformed much of the state, East Texas didn't see the same boom that other areas did. And that's where we start to see some of the key reasons that explain its lower population. So, why is East Texas so different from the rest of the state? For starters, its geography has played a major role. While much of Texas is known for wide-open plains, deserts, and rugged hills, East Texas is dominated by thick pine forests and rolling hills, often referred to as the piney woods. This dense woodland has historically made large-scale development more difficult. You don't have the same kind of open space for ranching, farming, or building cities that you find in other parts of Texas. Additionally, the region's rivers and wetlands, while beautiful, further limit where people can build and expand. Now, you might think that such a lush, green region would be ideal for agriculture. After all, East Texas gets much more rainfall than most other parts of the state, creating an environment perfect for farming. And you'd be right. Agriculture, timber, and manufacturing have been the backbone of East Texas's economy for years. However, these industries haven't sparked the same kind of population growth seen in the state's more urbanized regions. So why isn't East Texas growing like the Texas Triangle? Let's compare the two. The Texas Triangle, made up of Houston, Dallas-Fort Worth, San Antonio, and Austin, is home to over 19 million people, about 2/3 of the state's population. These cities have become hubs for industries like tech, energy, healthcare, and finance, attracting millions of people from across the U.S. and Latin America. In contrast, East Texas has remained largely rural, with its economy centered on smaller-scale industries that simply don't offer the same level of opportunity for high-paying jobs or urban living. Another reason fewer people live in East Texas? Infrastructure. In the Texas Triangle, you have highways, airports, and ports boosting economic growth. In East Texas, the story is totally different. The area is more isolated, with fewer transportation options. There are no major metropolitan areas like Houston or Dallas. And the region's industries, while important, don't generate the same kind of economic activity that attracts large numbers of people. Demographically, East Texas is unique as well. It's one of the most ethnically diverse regions of the state, with large Black, Hispanic, and Native American populations. Communities like Texarkana, Longview, and Beaumont have rich histories and cultural diversity. But these areas also struggle with some of the highest poverty rates in the state. In 2021, the poverty rate in Northeast Texas was around 16%, higher than both the Texas state average of 14.7% and the national rate of 13.4%. With fewer economic opportunities, many residents face challenges that discourage population growth. Even the wages in East Texas tell a story of disparity. The average wage in the region is just over $45,000, much lower than the state average of $62,000 and the national average of $64,500. These numbers make it clear that East Texas hasn't seen the same kind of economic prosperity that drives growth in other parts of the state, further explaining why fewer people choose to live there. Geography and economy aren't the only factors at play, though. East Texas also faces some significant weather challenges. Being close to the Gulf of Mexico, the region has a subtropical climate, which means hot, humid summers and mild winters. While the mild winters might sound appealing, the intense heat and humidity of the summer months can be a deterrent for some potential residents. Plus, the region is more prone to thunderstorms, tornadoes, and even hurricanes compared to other parts of Texas. In fact, Texas as a whole is known for its extreme weather, but East Texas is particularly vulnerable to hurricanes coming in from the Gulf. Storms like Hurricane Harvey, which caused catastrophic flooding and damage across much of southeast Texas, serve as a reminder of the region's vulnerability to natural disasters. This susceptibility makes East Texas a less attractive option for those looking to avoid the risks of extreme weather. Finally, there's the issue of lifestyle. While some might be drawn to the quiet rural life of East Texas, others prefer the excitement and opportunities offered by big cities. In regions like Houston or Austin, there are bustling job markets, thriving cultural scenes, and world-class universities. East Texas, by comparison, offers a slower pace of life. Great for some, but not ideal for those seeking a dynamic urban lifestyle. So why do so few people live in East Texas? It's a combination of factors. The region's geography, dense forests and wetlands, have historically limited development. Its economy, while steady, hasn't offered the same opportunities as the booming industries found in Texas's urban centers. And, of course, the region's vulnerability to severe weather makes it a less appealing choice for many. Add to that the lower wages and higher poverty rates, and it becomes clear why East Texas has remained sparsely populated, despite its natural beauty and rich history. But just because East Texas isn't bustling doesn't mean it isn't worth visiting or even living in. For those who love the outdoors, East Texas offers a wealth of opportunities for hiking, fishing, and enjoying nature. The piney woods are a haven for wildlife and offer a peaceful escape from the hustle and bustle of the city. If you're looking for a quieter, more laid-back way of life, East Texas could be the perfect place.